An Oklahoma controversy will be argued before the U.S. Supreme Court. Thanks for joining us. I'm Harrison Favero, and this is ENN Now.
And I'm Melissa Carter. The subject is public funding for religious schools. For details, here's ENN's Jocelyn McKee.
A case about the constitutionality of using public money for religious purposes is coming before the U.S. Supreme Court this week. The nation's first publicly funded religious charter school, St. Isidore of Seville Catholic Virtual School, is sponsored by the Archdiocese of Oklahoma City. St. Isidore will teach according to Catholic beliefs, require students to attend Mass, and operate according to church doctrine. The U.S. Supreme Court will have oral arguments on April 30th and is set to have an official decision by the end of June. Oklahoma Attorney General Gettner Drummond, however, is arguing against St. Isidore. The Oklahoma Supreme Court blocked the school in June 2024, saying public funds can't be used for religious purposes.
An Oklahoma Senate Republican leader proposes rejecting new social studies and science standards. This follows claims by some members of the State Board of Education that they were unaware of changes that they say State Superintendent Ryan Walters made before asking the board to approve them. Senator Adam Pugh cites limited review time and the $33 million implementation cost in his resolution, questioning the transparency of the adoption process. The social studies standards are controversial due to Bible stories and language about 2020 election discrepancies. Pugh is the first Republican to publicly support rejection, including the science standards. Governor Stitt has also raised doubts about the board's process, alleging a different version of standards was emailed to members. Superintendent Walters denies this, stating board members received updated materials the day before the vote. Democrats also filed rejection resolutions. Senate President Pro Tem Lonnie Paxton says the decision is open for senators. House Speaker Kyle Hilbert indicates rejection in the House is unlikely. Pugh's resolution to need passage in both chambers by May 1st to reject the standards.
Measles has been making a comeback in Oklahoma, the first recorded exposure being on March 19th, and now there are 15 recorded cases. The State Department of Health reports the most recent outbreak is in Sallisaw. According to News 4, it is a possibility that shoppers of the Walmart Supercenter in Sallisaw might have been exposed in the evening on April 18th. The department is urging anyone who has not gotten vaccinated or unsure about their immune status to fill out a contact form. One of the 15 recorded cases is already a vaccinated person who has reported receiving 2 doses of the measles vaccine.
The past weekend, the world said goodbye to Pope Francis, and now the process to name a new pope is set to begin. For details, here's ENN's Banning Lutzenberger.
Catholic cardinals on May 7th are set to start a new conclave after Pope Francis's passing last Monday following a fatal stroke. According to the Associated Press, the cardinals set that date following the first day of informal meetings after Pope Francis' funeral Saturday. The conclave could have started as early as May 5th, but decided against it for better time to speak more informal sessions to determine the candidates to be the next pope.
4 up, 4 down. The Thunder are moving on to the NBA playoffs. Here's ENN Sports Director J.J. Stinn with details in the Sports Wrap.
For the second straight year, the Oklahoma City Thunder are heading to the Western Conference semifinals after sweeping the Memphis Grizzlies. This also marks the second straight year that the Thunder have swept a team in the first round, both times being the first seed. OKC had to overcome many challenges in the series with a late dagger from SGA in Game 4 and the second largest playoff comeback in NBA history in Game 3, winning after being down by 29 points. The Thunder have now won 13 straight against the Grizzlies, counting both the regular season and playoffs. OKC will have about a week of rest waiting for the winner of the Clippers and Nuggets series. That series is currently tied 2-2. The NFL draft concluded over the weekend. Over the 3 days and 7 rounds, OU and OSU saw 6 total players drafted, the majority of which coming from the Cowboys with 4. The highest drafted player from the two schools was OSU linebacker Nick Martin, who went at pick 75 to the 49ers. Both teams also had multiple UDFA signings, the Sooners having 4 and the Cowboys having 5.
Flooding and tornadoes hit parts of the state this weekend, and now Oklahoma braces for another round of severe weather this week. Brody Collins joins us in Tulsa for a weather update.
According to NBC News, 1 person died in Lawton during flash flooding. Emergency responders reported witnessing a vehicle driving into standing water. The responders were not able to safely get to the submerged vehicle. Governor Kevin Stitt reminded Oklahomans not to drive into flooded roads. There were several tornado warnings in southeast Oklahoma on Saturday as well, and more bad weather could be coming on the way today. According to the National Weather Service, there will be chances for rain and storm every day this week, with severe storms possible Monday through Wednesday. Severe storms are possible on Tuesday with hail and winds on the primary issue. There is a big concern of more flooding as heavy rain are expected on Wednesday and Thursday across the state. With your weather outlook, I'm Brody Collins.
That's all the time we have today. Thanks for joining us.
Be sure to keep checking our website and social media pages for more news from our team of student journalists.